Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at creating this shape in Adobe Illustrator. Now I saw this on a short on YouTube, but the person who did the short did not describe what they were doing very carefully, and it would be very hard for somebody who didn't have a lot of Illustrator skills to work out exactly what they had done. So what I'm going to do is help you to understand how to make this shape and how to edit it as you go along. So we're going to start here in Illustrator with a new file. I'm just going to make a square file, 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. I just have one artboard. I'll click Create. So we're going to create a circle. So I'm going here to the ellipse tool and hold the Shift key as I drag out a fairly large sort of ellipse. Now I don't want this to have a fill, so I'm going to turn the fill off. That's pretty important that you don't have a fill. And then we're going to target here on the stroke. So what we're going to do with the stroke is we're going to grab a gradient. So I'm going to the swatches panel here. If you don't see your swatches panel, go to Window and then Swatches. Down here at the bottom, there's a Swatch Libraries menu. Click on that and click on Gradients. And we're going to choose the sky gradients, although you could choose any gradient that you like. I just happen to quite like the sky gradients. So I'm going to choose one of these gradients to use. It doesn't matter which one I choose. Just looking for one that's in a sort of vertical arrangement that has some nice colors in it. So with the stroke as a gradient, I'm going to increase the stroke weight so that we can actually see what's going on here. Now the original video, which I've linked to in the description below, started off by doing a transform on this. So you're going to select your shape and you're going to Effect and then Distort and Transform. And you're going to select Transform. Now what the Transform tool allows us to do is to create multiple copies of this shape, but to alter them as we do. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the horizontal and vertical to 99%. So I'm just going to type 99 here. And what's going to happen is that every single one of the copies of this shape that we make is going to be 99% of the size of the one before. So they're going to start shrinking. I'm also going to make a lot of copies, so I'm going to type in here what the person in the video typed, which was 200. We'll see how that impacts the shape in just a minute. And then we're going to add an angle of 1 degree. And as soon as we do that, you can see that we've got this sort of swirly gradient look happening in our document. Now at this point you could experiment with what happens if you reduce the number of copies. So I'm just going to click in the copies box and press Shift down arrow. I'm going to start decreasing the number of copies, and you can see that what that's doing is just shrinking or enlarging the middle of this shape. You might also want to experiment with a different angle. So I'm going to try 2 degrees, 3 degrees, or 4 degrees. So you can see that that's also having an effect on this shape. These shapes are rotating more quickly. I'm just going to click OK, and then we're going to add the second effect to this shape, and that was a zigzag. So with the shape still selected, we're going back up here to Effect and back up here to Distort and Transform, and this time we're going to choose zigzag. What zigzag is going to do is to change the shape, the outer edge of the shape that we are rotating and scaling. We're going to choose smooth because that's going to give us a nice sort of wiggly edge, if you like. And then we can select different values for the size. So you can increase or decrease the size, but you will notice that as I start to increase the size, we're getting a bit more banding, if you like. We're not getting a smooth gradient, and that might be attractive to you. So if it is attractive to you, increase the size until you do get that banding look. And ridges per segment, let's see how that's going to affect it. It's going to give us a different edge. I'm holding Shift and up arrow to get a larger number of ridges per segment, but I can bring it down to be a smaller number. Click OK, and then you've got your finished shape. If I select it, we can have a look in the Layers palette and see what we've got. Well, we've just got an ellipse with a whole series of effects applied to it. We can see what those effects are if we go to the Appearance panel. Again, you can get to the Appearance panel by selecting Window and then Appearance. Here is the zigzag effect. It can be removed or added to the shape. And this is the transform effect, which rotates and scales the shape. I'm going to click on that, and you can see that what in fact has happened with what we've done is we've taken our circle and we've given it a wavy edge with the zigzag, and then we've transformed it. So you can enable or disable these as you please. These effects are not baked into the shape because they are just appearances. Now the other thing that you can do is you could change the gradient that you're using. So I'm selecting the stroke here, and I can go to the swatches panel and try a different gradient. I'm going to stick to the sky ones, but I'm going to try a different version of it. And when you find one you like, you can just click away because it will then be applied to your shape. Now it's also possible to recolor this shape. So what I'm going to do is select it and go up here to the control bar and click on Recolor Artwork. I'm going to click down here to Advanced Options, and then I'm going to click again on Edit. At the moment, all of these colors are locked together because it says here unlink harmony colors, because right now they're linked. So what I can do is just drag on this to change the colors. You can also unlink the colors, so you can take a particular color and take it somewhere else. So we might take this very rich pink and take it around to the yellows, for example. So you can edit all the colors in your shape, and when you're happy you can click OK. If you make a mess, you'll just click on Reset, and then the original colors will be returned to your shape. If I click OK, I'm going to lose my original colors, but I'm going to have these new colors as the colors on my shape. Now if at any stage you need to break this out into its component pieces, let's just click on the layers palette here. Let's click on our shape. I would go to Object and then Expand Appearance. I'm going to click away, and we can open up the object here, and you can see that you've got a whole series of groups of objects. Each one of those is just an object itself. So you can see that there's a compound path inside this group. We could break it up even further by selecting here and just ungrouping everything. Go to Object and then Ungroup, and then Object Ungroup again. And now in the Layers palette, you can see all the shapes that make up this compound shape, if you like. And as I hold my mouse over them, you can see that each of these shapes is a smaller rotated version of the previous one. I think this is a really fun effect to experiment with. You'll get a bit of practice in working with gradients, the transform effect, and also the zigzag effect. It also helps you to see what's happening when you expand a shape like this, and then just have a look at the contents of the Layers palette. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results, then you'll love my Skillshare content. I'm a Skillshare top teacher. I have hundreds of short courses on Skillshare that you can access, along with thousands of other great courses, all for the price of a single subscription. If you're interested, there's a Skillshare coupon for you in the description below to use to sign up. Using this coupon benefits me as a creator, and it helps me continue to make free content available here for you, also on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this video tutorial. On the screen now, you'll see a video that I've hand-picked for you. If you enjoyed the video you've just watched, I know that you're going to really enjoy the one I've picked for you to watch next.